Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Makes Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and today's video, so let's get into it. Okay, so I went to my second mystery screening this week, and honestly, I thought it was going to be one thing and it ended up being something else. And to be honest, I'm not the only one that was disappointed it worked the first option. So I went to this mystery screening thinking it was going to be Death of a Unicorn, which I really want to see. It looks quite good, looks funny, looks different. And so did everyone else in the cinema. Because as soon as the title for the movie that was showing came up, there was a big collective sigh. Everyone just went, oh, like that. So I'm not the only one that thought it was going to be that. So I'm glad it weren't just me. But it ended up being Restless. Yeah, this is a film I actually hadn't heard of. Apparently it came out in the US last year as part of a festival thing, but it's only officially come out this year for us. So, okay, so just to give you a very basic plot summary, we are following the character of Nikki. She is this care worker who works long hours. She lives on her own, and what ends up happening is her granddad passes away. Well, her dad passes away. Her son's granddad passes away and lived in the house next door. However, we now get new people moving in, and these people like to party all night, play music loudly, and it's just... we're following Nikki as she deals with the noisy neighbours. I'm not going to say any more on that. I'm not going to say what else happens or anything like that, because I do try and stay as spoiler-free as I possibly can. So, like I said, I think because I was hoping it was going to be Death of a Unicorn, I think I may have struggled to get into this one a bit. So I do feel like, yet again, like with most films that I do mark the score I gave it now, I do need to watch it again when I'm not in the mindset of, well, I was hoping it was this and it ends up being this. So I will say there's some really good performances in this. The actress that plays Nikki, I can't remember her name. She did really well. She carried this film. She was the main character in this. We saw it. I think there was like hardly any scenes where she weren't in it. So she did really well with what she did. And I think the film is good in itself. It certainly has its sort of like tense moments. I mean, there's certain things in this film that I wouldn't have done if I was in her shoes, but she was quite brave to do so. So good on you for that one. I wouldn't have done it. But then that's because people scare me. But yeah, it wasn't too bad a film. I will say this is the rare time where I actually don't recognise any of the actors in this film. There was no one that stood out to me. I looked up their IMDb stuff and I couldn't see anything that I'd seen them in before, so this was sort of like all first performances and things like that. I think the editing for this film is quite well done as well. However, for me, I struggled to fully get into it. I felt like it dragged at the beginning a little bit. The first 2 minutes you do think, what am I watching? And then you find out what actually happens later on, because it's weird. It's an opening where it starts with the middle of the movie, makes it look a bit suspicious, then it takes you back to when obviously these guys move in, and then it leads to that situation again. I will say I thought it was going to go differently, but it didn't. But I felt like the pacing was just a bit too slow for me. Is that weird to say? Like, a lot of people did give this quite a high score, which I can see why. I mean, there are certain points, like I said, that I enjoyed, and there are certain things that I found a bit tense. I will say, though, the ending really made me laugh. That was quite funny. I was not expecting it to end that way. But it was good. There's one character in this who's trying to sort of like be with Nikki and things like that. And to be honest, his character kind of annoyed me a little bit. And I felt like maybe if they just focused on Nikki and these neighbours, I feel like that would have still made a good film without the guy in it. But he did okay as a performance. It's just the character just annoyed me a tad. I couldn't imagine dealing with something like that. I mean, to be honest, I would have just put my headphones in and I would have just tried to sleep. I wouldn't have gone to what she did, but I can understand why she did. You can see throughout the times where she is having trouble sleeping, you can see where each little thing is pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. And then there's this one scene where the director uses lighting and gets it so that it looks like she's fuming and just losing it. And there's like this red lights in the background, and that part I really enjoyed. There's a certain thing that I do not like. Hate it when they do this in horror film. Well, it's not really a horror film, is it? It's a thriller. I don't know why I said horror film. I hate it when they do it in a film like this. Is another reason why I mark stuff down. I'm not going to say what it is. So I'm just going to keep quiet on that. But I think my issue is that because I went into it, like I said, thinking it was going to be Death of a Unicorn, and because I hadn't heard of this or hadn't seen a trailer for this, I was a bit sort of like not fully with it. I mean, at least with my first mystery screening I did last year, which was The Substance, at least I didn't go into it thinking, oh, it's going to be this. And with The Substance, that my thought process was, as much as I saw it was Restless, I watched The Substance. I hadn't heard of The Substance. I hadn't seen the trailer for The Substance, and I enjoyed it. So I thought, give this a go. Although I will say, a couple people did leave, but they didn't leave till halfway through the film. So I was quite shocked at that, because sometimes when people see the title, they go, within the first 5 minutes, they go. I've never had actually someone walk out pretty much halfway through the film. That was a first for me, and quite a few people did leave halfway through. But overall, it's a pretty decent film. It is not terrible. Like I said, the actress that played Nikki done a good job. But I feel like if it comes on streaming for free, I'll watch it, because I'll watch it with my mum, because I feel like my mum would enjoy this film more than I would. But yeah, so overall, not a bad film. Not a bad film, not a terrible film, but yeah, it's one I do need to watch again, I think. But my final score for this film is going to be a 5.5 out of 10. Like I said, it is very middle of the road for me. I have my ups, I have my downs, so... But I just need it to be that when I get disappointed at a mystery screening, because I think it's going to be a certain thing, I then need to clear that out of my head, because then I will be able to watch a film a bit better if I do that. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave me your comments and thoughts on Restless. Had you seen it? I know it's coming out. I think it's out as of yesterday, I believe, at certain cinemas. I know it's not shown at my cinema, because it was a mystery screening, so I don't know whether anyone else saw it at a mystery screening or an unlimited screening. Let me know. But yeah, so also, we've hit 2,000 subscribers, people. Oh my god. Thank you guys so much for that. I really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. The comments, literally, I love all you guys. You are amazing. And I can never believe it when I see that there's multiple subscribers. I mean, like I've said a million times in the past, and I still say it now, I never thought I'd get past even like 50 subscribers, you know, let alone hitting 2,000 subscribers and having all you guys enjoying my videos. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I hope you keep enjoying the channel. I will eventually get into a rhythm with this, but it is a bit of a struggle, but I will certainly get to a rhythm at some point. But yes, so I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.